Protecting a world-famous museum requires more than just a sturdy lock on the front door. To truly secure a priceless artifact, you need several different types of protection working together at the same time. This means positioning guards at entrances, installing cameras in every hallway, and rigging motion sensors to walls. Modern businesses face a similar challenge. Your data, customer records, financial details, and trade secrets is the priceless art of the digital age. Many organizations fall into the trap of purchasing a single piece of security software and assuming their entire network is safe from every possible threat. Because every tool has specific blind spots, IT teams use a strategy called defense in depth. It's the practice of stacking different, independent layers of security on top of one another. Stacking these layers ensures that if a threat slips past your outer perimeter, it immediately hits a second or third wall. This makes it much harder for a single software failure or a human mistake to cause a total security disaster. We start by securing the edge of your digital museum, the network perimeter. The first layer here is a firewall. It behaves like a highly observant bouncer standing at the museum's front door, checking the credentials of everyone trying to enter or leave. The firewall looks at all the incoming data. If the traffic is coming from a trusted source, it's allowed in. But if the connection matches a list of known suspicious behaviors, the bouncer blocks it on the spot. By stopping these threats at the very edge of the network, firewalls prevent the vast majority of simple, automated attacks from ever reaching your internal systems. But what happens if a digital thief finds a way to sneak past that bouncer? Perhaps they use a stolen password or a trick email to get inside the building. Once inside, they look for the devices your staff uses every day. Their laptops, mobile phones, and the central servers. In our metaphor, these devices are the glass display cases that hold the actual artwork. To protect them, we use endpoint protection. This software lives directly on each device and constantly watches for unusual behavior, like a program trying to move files in a way that looks like a theft in progress. If the software detects tampering, it triggers a local lockdown. It cuts that specific device off from the network to prevent spreading. By securing devices directly, you ensure that even if an attacker breaches the network perimeter, they still can't easily walk away with your most valuable assets. Blocking active attacks is only half the battle. You must also make sure your building is structurally sound before a thief shows up. This is the job of vulnerability scanners. They act like a meticulous building inspector who walks the perimeter of the museum every morning. In the physical world, an inspector looks for things like an unlocked window, a loose vent, or a rusty broken door lock. In your IT environment, these scanners automatically search for the digital equivalent, software that is missing an update, systems with weak passwords, or settings that were left wide open by mistake. Consistently finding and patching these weak points allows you to neutralize entry points before an attacker has a chance to discover them. Let's look at the worst-case scenario. An attacker manages to bypass the bouncer, crack the display case, and scrambles your data so you can't read it, then demands a ransom to unlock it. This is where we rely on our final failsafe, secure data backups. Think of this as having a magical vault located miles away from the museum that holds perfect, identical replicas of every piece of art in your collection. To make this work, we follow a simple rule. Keep 3 copies of your data. Store them on 2 different types of hardware, like a server and a portable drive, and keep one of those copies completely off-site in the cloud. If a ransomware attack ruins your original files, you don't have to pay a thief. You can simply delete the corrupted data and pull down a fresh, clean copy from your off-site backup to resume your work. Having these isolated backups is the most reliable way to turn a potential company disaster into a manageable technical hiccup. True security comes from these layers working together. The bouncer at the door, the locked display case, the daily building inspection, and the secure vault offsite. These map directly to the tools we've discussed: firewalls, endpoint protection, vulnerability scanners, and backups. Cybersecurity is not a project you finish once. It is an ongoing process of monitoring your systems and updating your tools to stay ahead of new threats. While no one can stop every single attack, combining these layers into a resilient strategy ensures that your business can absorb a hit and keep moving forward without missing a beat.